welcome to the official Multiverse of Movies Epic Pre-Game Show! It's game day, everybody! Game day, everyone! What is up, my fellow film-loving brothers and sisters? Welcome to the Multiverse of Movies. My name is Isaac, and welcome to another live stream. Let me move this camera a little down because I realized I was a little too up. But anyways, we got a late night Thursday topic today, and that is, wait for it, we're talking about the multiverse in the MCU. Now, we weren't able to do a Loki spoiler discussion, but, you know, might as well still talk about the big thing that happened, and that is the whole multiverse stuff. Also, I think I should put this WandaVision poster over here. Like, let's see. It makes almost no difference, but... Oh, wait, hold up. I just now thought of... Well, before I get into y'all's comments, I need to be able to know where to put this poster at. Because, you know, I want to... There we go. All right. You know what? That's a good spot right there for the poster. And we already got some people here on the stream. Let Alex says, let's go. Dang. Okay, it dropped. Then we got Center Will Decide Your Faith. Awesome topic. Thanks, man. Thank you. That's me. And then WWW. And also that little intro was not supposed to be the original intro. Give me a minute, guys. Well, one last try. They'll fall down. But yeah, we're gonna get into today's topic. Let me check the audio. I think we're good with this audio. I don't want to get too close to the microphone, nor do I want to be too far away from it. But Nathaniel says I'll be on soon. I had to get shower. Had a really long day. It was a really good day. That's awesome, my dude. Also, wait, hold up. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh wait. I just remembered, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, turned on the notification bells to support the channel. Also, follow me on my social media platforms, both Instagram and Twitter at Isaac the Film Geek. Especially my Instagram, I'm very active there. But yesterday I got very active on my Twitter. Now, I want to get more active on Twitter because I know a lot of people use Twitter. And, you know, I'll just talk about random stuff. So if you want to go support me on my other social media platforms, there is the place to go support me. Also, I need to tell my Discord chat. Yes, we do have a Discord chat. Link is actually in my Twitter, which again, it's Isaac the Film Geek. It's always down here in the banner down below. So you guys are always very aware. I gotta let them know that we're streaming right now. We had 6 likes. That's pretty good. Hold up. I'm going to tell them right now. And yeah, so we should be good. I'm not sure if any of you guys know this, but wait, well, I know some of you probably do because I said this. I said this Tuesday, I believe. On Tuesday when I was streaming, I said that for 3 days. For 3 days in a row, I was going to be doing streams, live streams for Thursday, which is today, Friday, and Saturday. I don't have the topics for those yet, but I will sooner rather than later. Just got to make sure everything is good. I got to know the connection's good. Also, here's my mini setup that I came up with. You know, I love working on backgrounds. For my... You know, when I first started buying Funko Pops, they're originally just to have little decent designs for my background because I like having good backgrounds. It's why I think it adds to the aesthetic of videos. Like Chris Stuckman, you got Chris Stuckman, you got Sean Chandler, you got John Campia, Andy Signor, and even Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, where when they have a lot of stuff in their background, it makes everything look more interesting. And I really like that. Also, I think I should just start a poll. I don't know if I should, but if I do, why not? Why not? Also, I had this other computer right here. It's not mine. It's this crappy little computer that for some reason does not use Google. And I was originally going to use it to check on my videos. I didn't want to use my phone because my phone's not at that very high percentage. It's like at 44%, and I know that thing's going to be dead by the time I end the stream off. And I don't want that to happen, so I just have to keep changing tabs and tabs and tabs and tabs. But anyways, today's topic is in fact going to be the whole multiverse topic. Now, there will be spoilers. I'm trying to figure out where to put the microphone. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out where to put the microphone. I guess I'm going to put the microphone at least here. But yeah. Today we're going to be talking about Marvel Multiverse, which is the whole big thing everyone's just been talking about recently. And we are going to be getting into spoilers for both Black Widow and Loki. I know Black Widow has nothing to do with the multiverse as of that we know of right now, because it really didn't have any multiverse stuff in it. But just in case someone brings it up, there will be, in fact, spoilers for anything Marvel related. So if you have not seen those shows, movies, then I recommend you do, because it's a Marvel stream. I've not done a Marvel stream in quite a while, but we are going to be doing a conversation for Marvel. So we got to keep that in mind. Also, let me know if you like this little background. Now, for my live streams, I can't do it in my regular room where I have all my stuff, my Funko Pops, everything, because again, I love backgrounds. Like, I remember when I was telling people I don't like streaming here because there's no background. They were like, oh, that's useless. But for me, I like backgrounds. But I did bring one Funko Pop. I at least brought one Funko Pop with me, and that is the Falcon and Winter Soldier Captain America suit, which I think looks awesome. I don't like I don't like derivative characters. I don't like having characters who just become this character junior. I prefer brand new characters. I prefer characters we've never seen before. But this will do. Also, let's see if I can put that here. I don't think I'll be able to. I really hope it doesn't. My logo is at the top right corner, so either way, it wouldn't make a difference. I don't. Alex says, "Looks like you're running a store in the back." Yeah, especially those Mexican markets. Not sure if most of you guys have ever been to a Mexican market. I know Alex probably has, but they'll always have like a bunch of clothes hanging, and I guess that looks cool. But tomorrow I will be streaming around this time. Today we're going to get into Marvel. Tomorrow I'm not sure. Also, I want to address something real quick to the people who are watching the replay or the live stream right now. For some reason, the viewers are not popping up. That's weird. That happens sometimes on StreamYard. Like, it won't show you how many people are viewing. But I guess the only thing that really matters is the comments. But hold up. Let me move this out the way because I just realized I still have the comment. But also, I'm trying. For some reason, this computer right here, you guys can't see it, but here's the computer. It won't go to regular Google. It just won't go to regular Google, and that annoys me. But again, I did work on this little background because I like having something. You know what? Before I get into the topic, I might as well just go ahead and talk about my little background for a while. So I just got a few shirts because I have a lot of shirts with designs. I even have one right here with Cat in the Hat. I don't even know what it says. I don't know. It's a shirt that I don't use often, really. But here I have a few shirts. Now, let me show you the shirts. This one's the Zack Snyder Justice League one. This one's Avengers here in the back. I remember I got this after Endgame got released because I quite liked it, and I think the shirts were going on clearance. Over here, I have Empire Strikes Back shirt, which I really like. Over here, I have a Deadpool one that says I have issues. Then over there, it's Kobe Bryant, man, because I love Kobe. I know Kobe's not movie related, but you got to show some love for Kobe Bryant. The Mamba mentality. But yeah, that's really all. Also, you can finally see the little Funko Pop a little more. Also, we got no viewers right now. Oh my god. Uh, yes, I'm basically just talking to myself right now. No viewers, no viewers. Right now, I put this on Twitter. 6 likes. I had a lot of people telling me that they were excited. I know Nathaniel will be joining here late. Uh, I'm trying to check. Trying to check something. Um, to be fair, I've never streamed this late. I tend to stream very early. But regardless, I'm going to talk about my own personal thoughts because I know people watch the replays. Also, I want to address something. Let me first wait, hold up. Let me click on YouTube and try to switch screen right now. Hold up. YouTube's still loading. I gotta show you guys one thing before we get into today's topic. Hold up. Come on, let's go. All right, so here, okay. Okay, now we can finally. Okay, Chrome tab. I need to start. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. So I have my tab right here. And the reason why I'm showing you guys my tab is because I want to explain something. So here, if you see right here, I had a video called Snyder Fans Attack James Gunn for the Suicide Squad. All right, so here, this video right here. You can watch it. It got a lot of views, and it had a lot of views while streaming. This video has become somewhat of a source of controversy here on the channel because, for a long time, I've been praising Zack Snyder and the Snyder fandom. In fact, I'll say 90% of my audience here on YouTube is in fact a Zack Snyder fan. So I really ruffled some feathers that time. And I'm just going to respond to the criticism I've been getting. So I did get like 1 or 2 comments. I'm sure a few of them got deleted. But I did get quite a few messages from people on Twitter telling me, oh, you're a fake Snyder fan. How could you betray? And if you watch the video, all you have to do is watch the first 40 minutes. You'll hear what I had to say. But in that specific video, all I said was, hey, how about we stop bullying James Gunn? Because James Gunn is doing exactly what Zack Snyder did, which is get his movie, get his vision to be put, full at its full form. Both Zack and James Gunn share the same thoughts on that, which is they want their movies to be their movies. And so I did the stream, and I knew I was gonna get some kind of heat. I knew I was gonna get some kind of heat on this, especially with the title that says Snyder fans are hypocrites. And look, I don't mind what anyone says. It's the truth. It is the truth. Whether we want to admit it or not, the fandom has become very hypocritical. And throughout the times, I start realizing more and more how much of a shill I was. Because I was a shill. I blindly followed everything that supported Zack Snyder. I blindly, look, I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. I got the shirt back there. I got everything back there. And Zack Snyder's Justice League is still my favorite movie of all time, and I love that movie with a deep passion, and I love what the fandom was able to do. But I'm gonna admit this right now again. This fandom has shown how toxic we are. When you go to James Gunn's social medias, especially his Instagram, all you see is a bunch of people saying nobody asked for Suicide Squad. It's like we want Snyder Part 2, Part 3, everything. And James Gunn actually does respond to some of them, which surprises me. And it's embarrassing because Zack Snyder was in the same position, or it was different but similar. They're both directors who want their full 100% vision to be put, at its full length and way that it was intended to be watched. James Gunn's doing that. But yet I see lots of people saying James Gunn's trying to destroy the Snyderverse. James Gunn's trying to do this. James Gunn doesn't respect Zack Snyder. And I'm like, and I've even seen some Snyder fans here on YouTube say that if you're not going out and doing stuff like this, then you're not a real Snyder fan. And I'm like, well, hold on. Yes, I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I still am, and I will always be. However, my number one priority is always being a movie fan. And as a movie fan, I go out, I watch most movies, and I hope for the best. And if they're not good, then I'll say they're not good. If they're great, then I say they're great. I don't have double standards. I'm more like, hey, if you give me a good movie, I'll give it a good review. I think it's a pretty good trade offer. But I saw quite a few people getting mad at me at this, saying, no, you're supposed to support the Snyder movie. Because at one point in the video, I did say that a part of the Snyder fan base is acting very cult-like. And I didn't say the whole part. I said a part of it, a small part of it. And for some reason, people were like, oh, that's not true. I'm like, oh, that's not true? Okay, what about the Godzilla vs. Kong review? Where everyone was just going on the review saying, it's bad, restore the Snipers. It's bad. What about when Warner Bros. Decided to post a picture of hashtag Stop Asian Hate? By the way, we should stop Asian hate. If you're a racist, then get the F out of my channel. That was random, but they posted that, and all you saw was a bunch of people spamming saying hashtag restore snipers, hashtag restore snipers. It's like, come on, man. That's a post trying to bring awareness to something important. And then the other thing is when it comes to the directors, because it's not just James Gunn. You're seeing this on Dwayne Johnson's Instagram, where you see people being like, hashtag restore snipers, hashtag restore. I get, put hashtag restore snipers and like a Warner Bros. Poster in a post. Put it on an HBO Max post. Put it on any other, really anything related to Zack Snyder's Justice League. But don't go out putting it on directors who were hired and weren't actually a part of not restoring the Snyderverse. And one thing that needs to be taken into consideration, and it annoys me that we haven't even said this. I know John Campea has said this, and don't worry, I've called out John Campea before. But one thing that needs to be said is, how come we're not thanking Warner Bros? Because when the Snyder Cut got announced, no one really thanked Warner Bros. We were more like, yay, Zack Snyder. And I started noticing no one's thanking them because the Snyder Cut was a risk to release. The Snyder Cut was really a risk. And they put the money, over $70 million spent on a streaming movie, full on, completed VFX, CGI, audio, everything. And no one at least thanks them. Yes, they screwed up in the past, but the fact that they came back to avenge it, I think some people in the fandom need to thank Warner Bros. At least. Look, yes, hashtag restore the Snyderverse, but at least take the time and be like, hey, yo, thank you, Warner Bros. For releasing this. And look, you go out, say you want the Snyderverse restored. Go out, put hashtag release the Snyder back when that was the hashtag. Now what hashtag restore Snyderverse. But what you can't do is harass and call other people fake DC fans for not liking the Snyderverse. And the same thing to the DC fans out there who are calling Snyder fans fake for liking Zack Snyder's movies. And this reputation, Jody's Corner, Andy Signor, all those big content creators who have been saying that the Snyder fans are toxic and cult-like, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. Now, yes, they go about it the wrong way, but they're not wrong in what they mean. Because there's a large part of this fan base who, if you tell them, oh, I didn't love, Army of the Dead, then they'll be like, oh, you're not a real Snyder. Because I remember when I did my review for Army of the Dead with Dave Bautista, I had a few comments of people saying, hey, but you're a Snyder fan. You're supposed to love the Snyder. And I'm like, I'm not supposed to. What I'm supposed to do is watch it, see if I like it or don't like it. Look, I liked Army of the Dead. I just didn't love it, and I can't rewatch it. There are some things in Army of the Dead that were flawed, like the run length time. The run time should have been shorter. And it's a little frustrating. It's a little frustrating. Sorry if I'm talking too much about this, but it frustrates me how people were calling me a fake Snyder fan. All right. And also, oh my God, what? The comments are not popping up. Okay, hold up. I'm trying to see if I can put the comments. Sorry, guys, if I'm not reading them. Hold up. All right. So we're going to stop that screen. Okay, there we go. Facts. Yeah. MSK says, yo, dude, what's up, MSK? Welcome to the multiverse of movies. Also, shout out to MSK, man. Amazing streams, funny dude. I really love his content. I don't know why it took me a while to say content. I was like, what's the word I'm trying to find? But yeah, shout out to MSK, man. Y'all go watch his videos. What's up, Alex? I don't know about you, but I did beg for the Snyder. I know you were like, Alex is like the only person in real life, like where I'm from, that is a Snyder fan. Because I have a group of friends that are DC fans, but they're not really Snyder fans. Like most of them don't really watch Zack Snyder movies. Like they're like, oh, he made Watchmen. That's cool. But yeah. Hey Isaac, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream, man. Good to have you here. MSK says Army of the Dead was not good at all. I wouldn't say not good. I mean, it's subjective. Let me remind everyone, it is subjective. All movies are subjective. I personally, I saw a lot of people saying, the Army of the Dead was this great movie, and originally I wasn't gonna watch it but I realized it was gonna be in theaters before it was in Netflix, and I'm like, hey, it looks visually good. I go watch it. I'm like, all right, it's not bad. I would say it's a weak Zack Snyder movie. Like in his list, like I've said this before. The only Zack Snyder movie I don't like is Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is the only Zack Snyder movie that I don't like at all. But every other movie I do like, and some I love a lot. And one of the movies that I just kind of enjoyed was Army of the Dead. Army of the Dead I thought was a pretty good movie, but it wasn't a great movie. And the main thing was it was too long. Like Zack Snyder is a great director and all, but Army of the Dead should have been cut up at least 20 to 30 minutes because that movie should have been shorter. And there's times where the movie didn't feel self-aware. I even said this in my review, my non-spoiler review. I ended up watching it in theaters. I thought it was a fun time, but I'll admit that was a very, very long time. But anyways, let's talk about Marvel because we've been talking so much about DC. 26 minutes talking DC. Also, 3 people, MSK, Edwin, and Alex. But for some reason, it's telling me one person. Like it's in the viewer count, it says one person, but there's 3 people commenting at the same time. So I think Loki will be in Doctor Strange 2. From the reliable sources, Deadline specifically. Oh, no, it was Hollywood Reporter, I believe. Hollywood Reporter is the most reliable source in Hollywood, by the way. I know they said that there are more than likely Loki will appear in Doctor Strange 2. So I do believe that he will be in Doctor Strange 2 because, Loki, that episode was probably the beginning of the multiverse. More than likely. I saw some people saying that this isn't a multiverse really being brought up. I'm like, really? I mean, it shows a timeline and it spreads apart. I remember when that moment happened, I'm like, I think that confirms Toby and Andrew. Well, it doesn't confirm it, but it hints at the confirmation of Toby and Andrew teaming up with Tom Holland in the future. But yeah, next comment. Not even the Marvel live streams. Yeah, we always end up talking about DC, which is always awesome because, who doesn't love DC? Who doesn't love DC? Who doesn't love DC? But yeah, is safe. Sorry guys, I'm getting a phone call right now. I think y'all may have heard that. But I also give actually before I read anything, I'm gonna go and check something real quick. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys, I had to go check something real quick. I know I do that often in my streams, but there's a reason why I do them. But I'm back. I'm back, better than ever. I gotta respond to this comment. Should Idris Elba play James Bond? I don't think it's a question about should. It's more of a could. Not could. Also, should is more like I believe any actor can play James Bond. It just depends who is the best choice. Um, do I think Idris Elba would be a great James Bond? It always depends on the script if it works to their advantages. I do think. Look, I know a lot of people are gonna call me SJWs and stuff like that, but Idris Elba is a cool guy, and if they were to say today that he was to play James Bond, man, that would be cool. Idris Elba has this suave, smooth, cool thing to himself. He also has a good accent, which works for James Bond because James Bond has a good accent. To me, I only care when it comes to James Bond in particular. The only thing that matters to me is good accent and good acting. But if they were to announce Idris Elba, I believe his name's Idris, not Idris. Uh, I would be more than excited. And if they were to announce it again, I'll say this: I would be very excited. I'd be the first one to support it. Although I love Daniel Craig, I wouldn't oppose the idea of that. But anywho, Tom, I'm assuming you mean Hiddleston. Because Holland, obviously, I don't think he would. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. But yeah, Tom confirmed that he will not be in Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah, there's not been any sources or anything that have said that Hiddleston will pop up in Thor: Love and Thunder, which is surprising because when Thor: Love and Thunder when the Loki series got announced, we already knew there was a Thor 4 coming out, and I really expected a scene where you see what I thought Loki was going to be about. Okay, so I'm not sure who here has been up on Marvel Instagram and Twitter and theories for years, but a few years ago, everyone was like, "So Loki's going to be a series about Loki traveling the multiverse and messing it up, and messing up situations." And we believe that by the end, we would see 2012 Loki back to what was it? Back to Thor: Love and Thunder, but not like this version of Loki right now that we have that is back to what we saw Loki before in Infinity War. And that's what the theories were. And I remember the whole time, and I still to this day picture in my head a scene where you see Thor and Jane and they're fighting. At the time, we didn't know it was Gore the God Butcher with Christian Bale, but I was just guessing somebody else. But I thought there was going to be a scene where Loki was going to pop up. You see the rainbow portal, and then all of a sudden you hear the immigrant song, the Led Zeppelin song, and you would see Loki pop up with his hat, he's throwing it up like a basketball, and I thought that's what was going to happen. But yeah, I wonder when the multiverse situation would be stopped. I hope that they do eventually stop because not even the comics were able to handle the multiverse. For those who both DC and Marvel were not able to handle it, they eventually had to reboot it because they were like, we're going way too insane. We're going too far into multiverse stuff. And they eventually had to reboot their universes in the comics. So mainly because it was too confusing. They're like, oh, this, that, timeline, this, that. And I'm someone who, as much as I like multiverse stuff, it does get to a point where you start questioning, is it worth it? It's too confusing. How does your timeline work? If you have to fight a being, can't you just go back in time, stop that being? And it's there's rules and all that. I mean, even the writers of Endgame, when they were asked how does time travel work, They were like, we have no idea. We just made it up on the spot, which is the most honest answer. And even the most iconic time travel movie of all time, Back to the Future, had some little plot holes. So it is hard to do multiverse. And I hope they don't go too long. Like, I don't want this to be a 20-year, 30-year thing, which I don't expect, but I hope they don't go too long. But yeah. Because at first I thought in the Doctor Strange movie it would be solved. I think it could. Because we have quite some time. No Way Home comes out before Multiverse of Madness. John Campea keeps saying this, and he says that he believes that the multiverse will end in Multiverse of Madness, because look how many movies we have. Not only that, we got Kang confirmed for Ant-Man Quantumania, and I've seen some people say, but what about the whole fact that we still got Kang, and Kang is an Avengers villain? Well, you can still use Kang, just that maybe you could close down the multiverse, and maybe it's like Kang trying to time travel again or something like that. And maybe we find out time travel is still possible, just that Doctor Strange ended the multiverse, which is like the separate timelines. So we do have quite some time. I actually personally do believe that we will be seeing the closing of the multiverse in Doctor Strange 2. That's what I believe. But yeah, No Time to Die is the last Daniel Craig James Bond movie. Yeah, we know that. Daniel Craig is an amazing Bond. Yeah, I love Daniel. I know this is unpopular. Not a lot of people agree with me. I've loved almost every version of James Bond. But I gotta say, man, I think Daniel Craig is my favorite. Maybe because I'm young and I didn't grow up. I didn't grow up long ago. I'm a 2000s kid, so maybe I have that little bias. But I'll admit, I think Daniel Craig's my favorite. I think Daniel Craig is personally my favorite. I do believe he's personally my favorite of James Bond. I think he's great. Daniel Craig is amazingly talented. The dude, if you guys ever seen Knives Out, you know what I mean. But Zac Efron as Adam Warlock, I can see it. Not too big of a fan of Zac Efron, but to be fair, I only know him from very few things. Like, I know him in High School Musical. I know him from the Ted Bundy Netflix series, which I gotta admit, that was my favorite Zac Efron performance. I think that was the first Zac Efron performance I was like, man, this guy can act. I know he was in Neighbors too, which no one talks about because that was not very good. But I think Zac Efron's a pretty good actor. Do I think he would make a good Adam Warlock? At the end of the day, it's about the script, not the actor. You work on the strengths of the actor rather than the biased nature. But if they were to cast Zac Efron, like let's say today they were to say Zac Efron announced as Adam Warlock, I think that would be cool. Also, when they first announced Christian Bale that he was going to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Thor: Love and Thunder, we didn't know what villain he was going to play. No one knew what villain he was going to play. We were not told. But I remember my theory was he was going to play Adam Warlock. And I know he's not a Thor villain, but I was like, maybe they're just saying that he's going to be in it, but not as the main antagonist. And then we eventually found out he was going to be Gore the God Butcher, which is actually someone who I did not predict at all. Like, I didn't predict it. A lot of times I predict, but this time I wasn't able to predict. I was just more like, all right. I was like, whoa, Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I thought Christian Bale was going to play, I forgot his name. Like, he's a dragon face and he's like Thor. I cannot remember that. From the top of my head, it sounds familiar, but I cannot remember. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. I don't want to go too much into this, but yeah. Edwin says Daniel Craig should play Two-Face. That would be awesome. But at the end of the day, it's all about it's all about good script. And if the script works for that actor, then I guess good choice. The Punisher actor for Two-Face. Which one? John Travolta's magic. Uh, Crap. I'm assuming you mean Netflix one. I forgot what the Netflix actor's name is. But I can see it happening. To be fair, they're good choices. I'm not very picky on actors. I really like the Harvey Dent from Dark Knight. I think he was great. I think he was so underrated. Like every time someone talks about the Dark Knight, they always bring up how great Heath Ledger was as Joker. Everyone says how great Christian Bale was, how great everyone was. But I gotta say, my boy Harvey Dent, I keep forgetting his name. I keep forgetting the name of the actor for Harvey Dent. But I've seen him in so many movies. I don't know how I forgot, but I think he would be a I think he was a great. I don't know why I said would, but I think he was so good in that movie that I always make sure to talk about it. Whenever the Dark Knight is brought up, I'm always like, man, I got to be the guy that gives my man praise because this man in game praise, and I understand why because everyone was just amazing in that movie. But still, I got to give praise when praise is due, and I feel like it just wasn't given. But anywho, uh, Zac Efron will be a good Human Torch in my opinion. Again, it depends on script. I would say, yeah, I could see it happening. Um, I will say I could see more him being Human Torch rather than Adam Warlock. But again, no one ever expected Heath Ledger to be as good as he was as Joker. Uh, yeah, I don't really have much, but Edwin said John Berthal. I'm assuming I'm saying that right, or Brethel. Berthal. I think Berthal sounds more natural. I'm very bad at pronouncing, especially names that I've never heard. Like for example, Shang-Chi. I know a lot of people debate whether it's Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi. But to be fair, uh, to be fair, to be fair, the comics aren't pronouncing them; they're writing them down. Uh, but anyway, before I get into the rest of the stuff, I'm probably going to end the stream off in 20 minutes so that we can complete the hour mark. I will be coming back tomorrow at 7 p.m. And the reason why I'm ending it is because I am feeling a little tired right now. I didn't get enough sleep today. But yeah, I'm probably going to end the stream off short today. But yeah, let's get into the rest of the comments. But we got 20 minutes. 20 minutes is a long time. Anywho, thoughts on the Injustice animated movie? I'm not too excited. I know a lot of people are excited for it. There's an image that showed Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. I know it's underrated to say this, especially when you're a DC fan, but I'm not a big fan of the video on demand animated movies, especially from DC and Marvel. I'm not too excited for them because they're not very good. I didn't really like Apocalypse War. I'm not a big fan of most of them. There are a few good ones. Like I think Flashpoint was good. I think Dark Knight Returns 1 and 2 were good. I didn't like Killing Joke. I don't like most of them. I know that's underrated to say because I know there's a lot of fans for those movies. But to me, I'm just not a big fan of it. So I'm not really excited for Injustice. But I'm still gonna watch it because it's Injustice, one of my favorite storylines of all time. But yeah, the new footage. Oh wait, hold. Nope, I'm crap. Okay. Are you excited for What If? I'm not excited. I'm more like, all right, this is interesting, but I'm not excited. Like, I was asked if I'm gonna do spoiler discussions, like I did for Loki and WandaVision, and part of Falcon and Winter Soldier, for What If. But to be fair, I don't know if What If does that. I don't think I'm gonna be looking forward to that. But as interesting as it is, it's not something I'm hyped up for at all. I'm gonna be intrigued, just like I was with Falcon and Winter Soldier, where I was like, all right, I'm intrigued, but not really excited. But I'll still be on the lookout. But yeah. Favorite Marvel comic. That's tough. I don't know. I guess you could say Infinity Gauntlet would probably be my favorite. Secret Wars. I really like Secret Wars. Um, but I don't have too many in that department. Annihilation. I really liked Annihilation. Uh, I'm a big Marvel Comics fan. But I'll admit this right now. They're not as iconic as DC was to me, where I can name off like Dark Knight Returns, Watchmen, Flashpoint, Killing Joke, everything. Oh, okay. Alex just brought up my favorite one, Civil War. How did I forget to mention Civil War? I guess I was thinking about the movies too. But my bad. But yeah, that I guess Civil War would be because I do like Secret Invasion and Infinity Gauntlet. But also, when I tell people that it's not called Infinity War in the comics, it's actually called Infinity Gauntlet. They're more like, that's a stupid name. And I'm like, I can't blame you. But still, the next MCU project I'm excited for is Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. I'm excited for them, but I gotta say this right now. I'm excited for Shang-Chi and the Eternals. I know for the Eternals, we got Chloe Zhao. Wait, crap. Okay, I feel wrong. Wait, hold up. I think I just named off the Birds of Prey director. Uh Eternals director. Okay. I always change up their names because they sound okay. Chloe's no, I got it right. Chloe Zhao. I was thinking of Kathy Ann from Birds of Prey. Uh but yeah, Chloe Zhao. I'm excited because Chloe Zhao is the reigning defending champion of directors. She won Best Picture and Best Director in Hollywood this year. That's impressive. With Nomadland, if you guys have not seen Nomadland, you have done yourself a disservice because that movie is fantastically awesome. I recommend it. And Chloe Zhao, she shocked me. With that movie. So I'm excited for the Eternals. And not only that, but we got Angelina Jolie, you got Salma Hayek, you got that one guy from Game of Thrones. I'm excited for it, and I see Kevin Feige hyping up this movie way more than he is with his other movies. And Shang-Chi, what's his name? I cannot remember what his name is, but he was in Kim's Convenience. He is the guy who is playing Shang-Chi. I don't know him in anything besides Shang-Chi. I mean, anything besides Kim's Convenience. If you do not know what Kim's Convenience is, it's a series on Netflix. It's about a Korean Canadian family running a little business in Canada, and I like it. He's in it. He's a big part. What's his name? Simu Liu. Actor's name is Simu Liu. Simu Liu, great in Shang-Chi. I mean, great in Kim's Convenience. And when I heard that he was gonna be in when he got casted for Shang-Chi, I was like, awesome, because I've never seen him in anything besides Kim's Convenience. And so when they announced him as Shang-Chi, I'm like, heck yeah, I love this guy already, because I love seeing actors I know from some shows and movies I love be in these big like when Salma got casted for the Eternals as Ajax. I was excited because Salma Hayek in the Hispanic community is a very popular actress. Like within the Hispanic community, Salma Hayek was just everywhere. Like I would walk by my living room. Oh crap! I would walk by my living room. And my mom would be like watching a movie that happened to have Salma Hayek in it. She was that big within the Hispanic Latino community. So when I saw her being casted, I was like, heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. And that's how I felt with Simu Liu. I was like, I love Kim's Convenience, and I want to see him in Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi. I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm not from China. I don't know how to pronounce those names. But I'm quite excited. Maybe I think it's Shang-Chi, because I believe Simu Liu put out a tweet once saying that it is actually pronounced Shang-Chi. But to be fair, the comics don't really pronounce it because they just write them down. But yeah. Let me try getting the next comments. Also, I need to scroll down. Are you going to watch Old and Snake Eyes? For a while, I thought you said Old Snake Eyes. I'm like, Old Snake Eyes? You mean from the cartoons, animated series, all that? I am gonna watch Old and Snake Eyes. I'm not too look. I know when one thing I always surprise people is I'm not really a big G.I. Joe fan. I did watch the animated series. I watched the live action movies or movie. I think I only saw one of them. I'm I'm not the biggest fan. Like I like G.I. Joe, and Snake Eyes is my favorite from the G.I. Joe. But I'm not a massive fan. And I always surprise everyone because I'm on group chats. I'm always texting other fellow film fans, and they always bring up G.I. Joe because G.I. Joe is pretty iconic. And I'm always like, I'm not really the biggest G.I. Joe fan. I like it, but I'm just not a big fan. And they're always like, what? This is coming from the guy who likes Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Harry Potter, all these nerdy stuff, but you don't like G.I. Joe? I'm like, no, I didn't say I didn't like it. I'm just not a big fan of it. And so I'm not really too excited for Snake Eyes. The trailers have looked average, really. I know some of the reviews aren't very positive right now. I know it's a mixture. I know a lot of G.I. Joe fans that have seen it, have criticized it. As far as old, I'm not an M. Night Shyamalan fan. I think the guy was overhyped. Unbreakable was phenomenal. I'm trying to remember. What was the I See Dead People? What was it called? The Mist. Wait, was it called The Mist? Hold up. Uh, Hold up. I'm trying. M. Night Shyamalan. Well, why am I forgetting the name? The name. Uh, The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis. I don't know why I forgot that name, but I love both. I love both Unbreakable and The Sixth Sense. I think both of them are just amazing masterpieces of cinema, especially Unbreakable. Like when Bruce Willis and when Bruce Willis and M. Night Shyamalan are together, they create magic. However, M. Night Shyamalan has made a lot of terrible movies. Like The Village was terrible. After Earth was terrible. That Avatar movie was terrible. Devil was terrible. She's All That was terrible. Everything he touched besides that were just awful. They are, well, I like Split. I forgot to say I loved Split. So I guess there's 3 movies. But he has a lot more than 3 movies, and that's not a good record. Especially with The Happening. The Happening is one of the most embarrassing movies of all time. And believe me, I'm like one of the biggest Mark Wahlberg fans. All right? I'm a big Mark Wahlberg fan. But I hated The Happening. Especially that ending. Where it's like you see Mark Wahlberg's terrible acting in that. Like, I love Mark Wahlberg, but that was some awful acting where he's like, and the trees, it's like The Happening is just so bad. Sixth Sense is a masterpiece. Unbreakable is a masterpiece. Split is really good, but every other M. Night Shyamalan movie is just a pain in the butt. Like, I'd rather watch anything besides the M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's gone to a point when I hear an M. Night Shyamalan movie is being made, I'm like, no, I don't want to go watch it. I remember the last time I hyped myself up for a M. Night Shyamalan movie, it was for Glass, because Unbreakable to me is his best movie and one of my favorite movies of all time. And then when Split came out, I was like, that's an amazing movie. And I remember being in that theater when the movie ended, and Bruce Willis pops up, and I'm like, oh, this is connected to Unbreakable? Superhero cinematic universe building by M. Night Shyamalan? And I was like, heck yeah. Heck yeah. So when I heard Glass and I saw the trailers for Glass, I'm like, yo, this is my cup of tea. This looks like it's going to be an awesome, fantastical, superb movie. But instead, Glass ended up being a dumpster. Okay, it wasn't a dumpster fire, but it was an awful movie. Very disappointing. That ending was awful. Most of the movie was a pain to watch. And I'm like, M. Night, you finally gained my confidence again. You finally got back my confidence. Because M. Night, I love Unbreakable, I love Sixth Sense, and I loved Split. But every other M. Night Shyamalan movie was just bang awful. And this guy was hyping himself up to be the next Spielberg. And the guy, he disappointed the world. And I'm kind of glad because you watch interviews of him, and he came off as very cocky. Like he came off with this smirk attitude, like, "Yeah, everyone loves my movies. I'm a cinematic a genius." And then you're there like, "Really, this guy?" Nah, I don't buy it. So when the old trailer dropped, as interesting as I thought the premise looked, I'm like, this is gonna have another awful ending, isn't it? Because M. Night Shyamalan has made so many bad movies. Also, what's up, Nathaniel? Welcome back to the stream. I'm about to get into your comment, but I'm finishing up this. But the Glass trailer, interesting premise. I mean, not Glass, old. The old trailer, interesting premise. But again, that bitter taste is still left in my mouth. And it leaves me very, very not excited. I hope I'm wrong, but I think this movie's going to leave me disappointed. I booked my tickets already. I will be reviewing this movie, so be on the lookout for that video. But the camera work looks awful. There's too many zoom-ins in the trailer scenes. And I genuinely feel like, because this movie screams twist ending, twist ending, twist ending. And I'm like, I'm not like, what's up with M. Night Shyamalan wanting twist endings? Like, seriously, like, did he not learn from The Happening not to do that again? Like, you try doing that with almost every movie. It's like at some point it gets like, come on, like. And I'm not excited for it. I thought it looked like a good premise, but M. Night Shyamalan still has that bullet wound that I don't think will heal anytime soon. But hey, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And if I turn out to be wrong, I'll let you guys know. Sorry if I went on that preacher rant. It's just M. Night Shyamalan's one of the most disappointing directors of all time. But yeah. You think Ultron will come back to the MCU? Yep. I thought Ultron was going to be back in WandaVision. Me too. Actually thought he was going to come back in Endgame. But yeah. Kevin Feige says it's a different Marvel movie. Yep. I watched Sixth Sense last week. Awesome. I really like Sixth Sense. Like I said, it's one of my favorite. No, I said Unbreakable was, but Sixth Sense I really liked. John Cena for a G.I. Joe movie. I guess that would be good. I'm here now. I know the stream wasn't the same without me. Well, no need to worry anymore. The life of the party is here. Heck yeah, man. My boy Nathaniel is in the hold up, let me check something. Is in the building. He's gonna make this a litty stream. But yeah, I don't mind Glass. I kind of like it. Hey man, it's all subjective. I wish I had the same experience, but I didn't. Sadly. Have you heard that the Penguin will have 5 or 6 scenes in the Batman? Yeah, I know. What was his name? Colin Farrell, I believe that was his name. He said there was like 6 scenes, which I wasn't surprised because we all know that the main villain's gonna be Paul Dano as the Riddler, which I'm excited for because Paul Dano, to me, was in my top 10, one of my top 10 movies, which is There Will Be Blood, which I still think had the greatest performance ever by Daniel Day-Lewis, who I think is the greatest actor of all time in the movie There Will Be Blood. And I thought Paul Dano was good as his second-hand man, or as the second best actor in that movie. And I cannot blame. I feel bad that he is underrated, but it is what it is. I'll be back right now. Give me 2 seconds because something's popping up here on the screen. And I'm going to fix it, but give me a minute and I'll try to repair it. All right, I pushed back the my seat, and I ended up dropping my Funko Pop. All right, I'm gonna end off the stream because we've gone over an hour, or not over an hour, almost an hour, and I said this before the stream that I was really exhausted. But don't worry, tomorrow I'll come back at the same time, guys. So don't worry. Be on the lookout. If you want to join my Discord server, go follow me on Twitter at Isaac the Film Geek. It's an amazing server. We're just talking movies. We got quite a few people in it. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. That's going to be the end of today's stream. I hope to see you guys next time. Sorry if it's short. I mean, I know we went an hour, so it's really not short. But thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys next time. Peace.